Join us for a deep dive into EMR.
Everything you need to know about the method that is revolutionizing the world of trauma.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? You guys gave us some amazing material to dig into for this one. We're going to be talking about trauma, specifically about overcoming it. And, well, we had this story come in from one of our listeners, Orly, about her experience, and it's honestly pretty remarkable. So get ready, because this is going to be a really insightful one.
It's always so inspiring to see how people overcome challenges, and Orly's story is definitely one that highlights resilience.
It really is. And before we get too far, I want to just acknowledge that we are dealing with a sensitive topic here, but Orly's story, it's ultimately one of hope and healing, and that's what we're going to focus on. So Orly's journey starts with experiencing trauma pretty early in life, and that kind of set off years of struggling. Intrusive thoughts, flashbacks, you name it, she was dealing with it. And it really, I mean, it took a toll on her life, you know?
Yeah, trauma can really hijack your life. It can be so isolating, and people often feel trapped by their own experiences.
It's so true. But Orly, she didn't give up. She sought help. She tried traditional therapy. And it did help, but it didn't quite get to the root of the issue, you know?
Right. Traditional talk therapy can be great for some things, but it doesn't always address the underlying trauma.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. Orly discovered this therapy called eye movement reprocessing, or EMR. Have you heard of EMR therapy before?
I have. It's actually a fascinating approach that focuses on reprocessing traumatic memories, but in a really unique way. It uses bilateral stimulation, like eye movements, to kind of, I guess you could say, unlock and process those difficult memories. It's like your brain is learning how to handle those experiences differently.
Like rewiring the brain, right? Instead of just talking about the trauma, you're actually changing how your brain processes it. It's incredible. And what's really amazing is that Orly, she saw real change, like tangible change.
Wow, it's incredible. What kinds of changes did she experience?
Well, she mentioned that her flashbacks and those intrusive thoughts, they became less intense, less frequent.
Wow. That's significant.
And not just that, she even started developing these really empowering beliefs like, this doesn't define me, you know, that sort of thing.
That shift in mindset, it's actually a common outcome with EMR. It helps people reframe those memories so they're not as debilitating, and they can start to see themselves as survivors, not victims.
It's like taking back control of your own narrative, which is so powerful. And that's not all. Orly also experienced more self-confidence, more comfort in her relationships. It's like EMR opened up all these new possibilities for her. It was really incredible, her whole story. And it got me thinking about all the other challenges people face and how maybe, just maybe, exploring these alternative therapies could make a world of difference. EMR for anxiety, for relationship issues. I mean, who knows what the possibilities are?
It's true. There's so much we're still learning about the brain and how it heals.
Yes, exactly. And Orly's story, it's a reminder that we shouldn't be afraid to think outside the box when it comes to our well-being. There are so many different approaches out there, and what works for one person might not work for another. The key is to keep searching, keep exploring, until you find what helps you heal and thrive.
Couldn't agree more.
So if you're struggling with something, anything, don't be afraid to look beyond traditional methods. Do your research, talk to professionals, and keep an open mind, because you never know what you might discover. And a huge thank you to Orly for sharing her story with us, for being so open and honest about her journey. It's because of stories like hers that we can continue learning and growing together. So that's our deep dive for today. Keep those stories coming, and we'll see you next time.